Hi there, Lloyd Machedo. Sweeney from LloydMachedo.com, who's Lloyd Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Today's date is 27th December 2017. It's Wednesday. Time right now is 4:17 in the morning. Okay, it's night actually, night or morning. I couldn't sleep. Rather, I slept early at around 8 o'clock or something, and I wasn't in my creative zone, so I decided I would sleep early and I would get up early and do my work, creative work, and that's why I've woken up and I'm going to do these videos. Today's video is going to be more about getting a job in 2018, tips and strategies. Now, this video is going to be just a casual conversation. It's not going to be like one of my structured videos where I'm going to give you, the 10 things you need to do or the 20 secrets or whatever. I'm just going to go on a very casual conversational mode. So I would suggest that you play this whenever you're free or when you're washing dishes or doing something, so you can keep listening to the advice. Just to give you a background about myself, I'm a personal branding strategist. Means I help people brand themselves to earn more money. End of the day, it's money is the only thing that matters. Irrespective of what job you have, what position you have, or what you're doing, because you're doing it for money. And I've been doing this for the past 6 years. I've helped to know my credentials and background. You can go to LinkedIn. I have more than 200 recommendations from directors, CEOs, senior level management. If you'd like to know my credibility from Facebook, you can go to my Facebook page. You'd see 500 plus recommendations. Or you can Google my name and you'd find out what is it that I do. You can go to LloydMachedo.com. That's my website. Or whoisLloydMachedo.com in terms of who is Lloyd Machedo in terms of who I am. Or thinkpersonalbranding.com. That is my services. Now, because I've been helping so many people over the years in terms of getting better jobs, like almost double or 3 times their salaries, I thought I'll just put down this video and give you tips, tricks, and strategies. So it's just going to be a casual conversation. So in case there is any mistake, don't mind. And we're just going to go with the flow, okay? Now, see, the fact of the matter is almost everybody wants to earn more money. Everyone wants to earn more money. Everyone wants to get a promotion. Everyone wants to climb the corporate ladder, as they call it, or move higher positions or designations. But the sad fact is, number one is people don't know what to do. Obviously, you don't know what to do. It's like you're working so hard, but your boss doesn't appreciate or doesn't give you the ROI, that is return on investment. Or there is politics, or your boss is an asshole and he's not caring enough, or you're confused, you've been applying for jobs everywhere, nothing is happening. So there are so many things, issues and problems, and that can be very confusing. And on top of that, okay, that is one. On top of that, there are many people who actually would not mind spending a great deal of money doing a course, let's say a project management course or a MBA or a diploma. You don't mind doing that. But then you're confused, should I pay $10,000, $20,000, $50,000? Or should I just pay an online course and pay $5,000? And then there is this other thing where many people don't know, should I pay money online to this guy who says that he's going to coach me into being something better? Or should I do something like coaching, NLP, life coaching, or strategic management? Or should I do an online business? So there are so many options. And then last but not the least, I think the most frustrating thing is whereby you don't want to spend money. And I'll tell you, this is the majority. The majority of people, they want to get promoted. They want to achieve a bigger level of success. They want to climb the corporate ladder, but they don't want to spend money. They are absolutely stingy. It's like, I want to succeed for free. I want to improve my resume for free. I will figure out what is wrong with my resume because I am so smart. Oh, I don't need to learn my interview skills because I can, I can talk, I can do an interview skills. I know I can ace an interview skills. But then the question here is, if you're so good at creating and crafting your resume, if you're so incredible whereby your interview skills are like, wow, I can talk to anyone, why aren't you getting a job offer? Why aren't you getting a better salary? Why aren't you climbing up the corporate ladder? Why are you stuck in the same position when there's an inflation of 2% to 5% every year, where your purchasing value goes down? Why aren't you climbing the ladder of success? Or maybe you have climbed and you're stagnated. What happens is, and I'll tell you, the biggest problem or challenge you'll face is you'll become a victim of your own success. I know so many of my older colleagues and friends, or the so-called seniors. They are managers at a senior level in a bank. They enjoyed a certain level of success and authority, and success got to their heads. Success just got to their heads. I remember this one lady, I can't give you a real name. Her name is J, just call it as J, an alphabet. She was the team leader. She became a manager, sales manager, team leader. From team leader, she became the manager of the team. Then she became the sales manager. Then she became the regional sales manager, and then she became the territory manager. And her nose was up there, and she would always talk to me as if I was still the kid that she knew. And for me, I was like, hey, relax, chill pill with your tone, And then we had a massive ego clash because I didn't give a damn. I was dealing with CEOs. I didn't have to take her crap. And eventually, she lost her job. She lost her job, and she tried to get a job. She couldn't get a job, and then she got relegated to the lower levels, and that's where she's stuck. And I have grown, and she's still stuck in the same place. So this is another problem that takes place. It's like you think you are great, but then you all of a sudden realize, oh, sheesh, I'm not as great as I thought I was, Because here's the thing. You keep getting competition. Competition keeps coming. The younger generation, they are smarter. Like, for example, during my days, you only, if you knew Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, that was good enough. Today's generation, they know Photoshop, Illustrator, they know softwares, they know programming, they know online management, they know SEO, they know online marketing, they know how to create stuff, they know how to be a freelancer. So the competition is not only increasing, they're getting better. In fact, nowadays, so many youngsters have even coaches who help them in communication skills and personal branding. I'm getting even 16-year-olds whose parents come to me and say, can you help my child brand himself? Which, I can't imagine that. When I was, even 20, even when I was 30, there was nobody who told me that you can brand yourself. So what I want you to understand is, as you climb higher and higher the ladder, if you don't upgrade yourself in terms of education-wise, in terms of skill-wise, in terms of networking, everywhere, you don't climb every year or every alternate year in major leaps and bounds, or at least once in 3 years. Max is 5 years. If you're not climbing, you're stagnating and you're finished. Okay, that's what I want you to keep in mind. So please understand that you really need to grow. Now, coming to the strategies for 2018, okay, the strategies. The main thing which I want you to keep in mind is the fact that first and foremost, okay, the most important thing is, it's not I'm trying to market myself to you, but I'm telling you this for a fact. Please get yourself a professional coach and mentor, whoever it is. It may not be me. It may not be some other guy. It can be your boss. It can be your boss's boss. It can be the owner of the company. Go get yourself a mentor. Normally, what I'd recommend is if you get your boss as your mentor, you have someone who knows you intimately, and as this person will climb, the person will pull you along as well. Obviously, you can never get a promotion on top of your boss. Remember this much. I've never heard of this. It's very rare. So, because if you get a promotion on top of your boss will resign. Companies don't want to take such risks. So you can never climb on top of your boss. So it's one of the benefits is having your boss as your mentor. However, that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work, because the boss doesn't want to give you all the tricks of the trade or make you better. What is the benefit the boss gets? The second option that you have in terms of mentoring is choose the owner of the company or your boss's boss, so somebody high up there. The benefit of taking the owner of the company or the CEO, that is the best option that I can suggest or recommend, is because you will get the best education, the best experience, the best guidance from the best brains, the person who controls, who has a complete overview. And I'll tell you, that training is invaluable. It's even better than having me as your mentor or a professional. If you can get the CEO of a company of, let's say, who has a turnover of, let's say, 10 million US dollars annually, that is the greatest education. I changed so much when I had my mentor, who was the CEO of a company that had more than 10 million US dollars as his annual turnover. He taught me the real life lessons that I'm using even till this date. Okay, so that's, now if that is not available, you can get an industry expert, and if industry expert is not available, then please go get yourself a professional, paid professional, like myself or somebody else. So that's the first thing which I want you to keep in mind, because when you have someone who has experience, who has a vantage point of so many years, he can tell you what mistakes to avoid, what not to do, what you should be doing, and how you can move from here to here, wherever your goal is, easily. Okay, that's the first one. The second thing which I want you to focus on is make sure that your resume is world class. By world class, I mean it should be the best of the best. Normally what I notice is people spend a bomb. They take a bank loan. They take such a tremendous, huge financial commitment for a marriage. They don't mind spending. I've known even a girl who spent $5,000 just to get her hair done for one day. I know people who have spent a ridiculous amount for us to rent out a tuxedo, to rent out shoes, to buy a brand new car, to rent out a limo, to fly down everyone to a particular country. I've known people who have taken a loan literally to fly down their relatives to a new country to have a marriage there. I know people who have taken the mother, father, brother, sister, everyone has taken bank loans just to make a marriage grand, to call people who don't matter, who you will never interact with. I can never understand what is the point of having such a marriage. So people have done that. They don't mind taking for that one day. They'll plan it out in a year in advance, but they not do it for their careers. I mean, come on, what's wrong with you? So please make sure that you take this money or whatever and invest it in your business profile, because your business profile is your image that is all around the world. And please don't think you are the smartest cookie in the group, or don't think you're the genius. Oh, I'm going to copy this resume. I'm going to pick up the best parts of this resume, the best words from this, and I'm going to put it in my resume. Or I'm going to see what are the words that you use globally and I'll incorporate. Please don't think you can fool people, because the decision makers have seen it all. You're not the first genius who has thought about this. Okay, keep that in mind. And when I talk of changing your resume and making a world-class resume, that does not mean making the color blue, putting Photoshop and Illustrator designs with a logo, making yourself look like the CEO of Microsoft. You can't do that. I just want you to imagine this. Just because I saw, let's say, think of some big actor like, what's his name, Hugh Jackman. Okay, I saw him in Wolverine, and I try to look like him and keep a beard like him and try to show abs. I don't become him. I'm still me. You can't become someone else. So it's like copy-pasting your head on Arnold Schwarzenegger's body when he was young and thinking you became Arnold. So please don't do that, okay? Please make sure that your resume is world-class. There are a lot of factors that go into making a resume, from the word editing to the creative jargon that you need to use for the industry, to the SEO, that the resume will be scanned for when they're checking. In terms of the word selection, it should match your personality, it should match the job description, it should match what the employer wants, it should match what the industry wants. And you need an outside view of that, because you can't evaluate yourself. You do not know whether you're good or you're not good, so please don't try to do it by yourself. And then I think the other part that comes in with the resume is knowing how to make this document. It should be sellable. It should be like, when someone receives the document, it should be like, wow, I need to call this guy right now. Remember, the purpose of a resume is that you get called for an interview. The purpose of the resume is not to get a job. People think when they put a resume out there, you're going to get a job. No, the purpose of the resume is to be like a bikini where the guy wants to see more. So it's like, it's complete, but it's not complete. But the guy says, can you come down for an interview? I want to speak to you. So that's a great resume. Okay, keep that in mind. The next thing which I think you need to focus on is the interview. The interview is, see, interview is not talking. Please, please, please stop fooling yourself. Oh, Loy, I'm very good at talking. I can challenge you on this. I can give you a hardcore challenge and tell you, you might think you're good at an interview, but you will 100%, and this is not an assumption, 100% you will fail in an interview. Guaranteed you will fail at an interview. Because if you are good at an interview, you get a job. The fact is, you're not good at an interview, please don't even think of getting into an interview, because if you're that good, you would get a job. They would give you the job offer then and there. Whenever I would go for an interview for a job, 99% of the time I would get the job. And I'm not an interview as an employee, I'm talking interview in terms of contracts. So 99% I would get the job, okay? If you're good at an interview, you would get the job. If you don't get the job, means you're not good at the interview. Now, there are a couple of things to keep in mind where regards to job interviews. Please don't oversell yourself. Like, I work for 18 hours. I will not go home till I finish the task. Exaggerate about your achievements in the previous company. Oversell yourself, because when you do that, you have made your standards so high, and then you're expected to go beyond this to achieve much more. And I know this because I did this mistake when I was young. I would portray myself as the ace, as a person who can become the next CEO, and I ended up getting terminated from this job. Please don't do that. And it's a terrible thing to get terminated from a job and have a very bad record on your resume. Don't oversell. Undersell, which I've told you about. So you need to have the perfect balance between selling yourself, creating the expectation, and getting the job. Okay, so first one was getting a mentor, second one the resume, third one was the interview skills. Okay, and keep in mind, practice, constant practice makes perfect. Okay, the fourth point would be, I think you need to ensure that whatever you put on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, your website, videos, YouTube, Instagram, all of them are blended together to give one single message, one single brand profile, one single, the selling proposition. Okay, you need to ensure all of them, because these are the websites that are synced by Google. Now, please ensure that your brand, your resume, your interview skills, your personality, your social media platform, all five speak the same language, the same message, the same brand, the same tagline, the same essence, same sellability. Okay, that's very, very important. And through these social medias, ensure that you engage in discussions, make sure that you engage in, in posts, in whatever you put. All this speaks the one brand that represents you. And finally, if the last point that I could give you is, you need to understand what personal branding is. Personal branding is the way you sell, market, package, and present yourself to the world. And it should speak one message. And as I'm talking about this one message, it should be done every single day. You can't stop marketing yourself. You can't stop advertising yourself. So if you're looking at succeeding in 2018, make sure that every day you're marketing yourself, every day you're meeting someone new, every day you're interacting with someone new, every day you're sending a new person an email, every day you're discovering someone in the industry, every day you're learning someone. If you can do this, only then you will succeed. If you do not do this, I doubt you're going to succeed. Because remember, it's just like how you want to succeed in your job profile. You cannot achieve success unless you work every single day. Every single day you go to the office and you work and you ensure that you complete your task and your targets. Same way, if you want to succeed in getting a good job, it's a job by itself. You need to work every single day, fixed number of hours. You need to have a strategy in mind, and you need to work hard towards it. You need to invest money, everything. Otherwise, you will not succeed. So I hope these points kind of gave you a bit of a strategy, a bit of an outline, a bit of a viewpoint as to how 2018 should be for you, what you should be doing in order to get a better job, in order for you to succeed, and in order for you to climb up. Because unless and until you do this, you're not going to succeed, you're not going to survive, you're not going to reach your goals. And I'll tell you, end of the day, keep in mind, it doesn't matter whether you work for a local company, international company, it doesn't matter whether you're the manager or the director. All that matters in the end is the money that you make while you're enjoying your job, you're having a great time, and you're progressing in life. Okay? So I wish you all the best for 2018. This is Lloyd from Machedo.com, who's Lloyd Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Please keep in mind, if you need my professional service, go to thinkpersonalbranding.com. If you'd like to donate to my channel, please go to PayPal, Lloyd@Machedo.com. This is me saying goodbye for now. Thank you very much. Take care.